Well, I'm very proud to share with you that I set out to create a continuous integration environment and I went out and actually did it, considering that I've never really published anything in terms of like Blazor and things like this. But there you go. I got everything working. I'm going to quickly run through. Actually, let me just elaborate. I had to learn a bit about VPSs again because I've been so outdated on this stuff and I barely ever do it. I had to learn about Git and how to actually push Git into a bare repo. And then I had to learn about bash scripting in order to actually make a script that automatically copies and runs everything, and some security features and also some DNS related things. But yeah, the DNS wasn't that freaky or scary, but like I had to set up the DNS for my own server. Uh, anyway, I'm going to only show off this and try to be very thorough about it. This is the bash script. Now I can see that my OBS always has an issue recording this for some reason. It's always very laggy. But here you go. This is the full code. Now what all it does is the same things that we would do manually, which is it runs after the git post receive hook has been executed. It clones the new files into a specific folder, then it runs a build command, and if all of that is successful, it actually copies it into a new release folder, which then a symlink is changed with from the current into the new one. And then we allow the user to restart the application, which is running all the time. Now the security concerns here are a bunch. One of them is that I would actually prefer to have the application running in a different user again, because I only want the deploy user to be able to create and remove the files, but not the actual not the deploy user also running the application and then being able to remove or edit files. But that's a security concern for another time. Now, the way the sudo system control restart a security concern has been solved is by using sudo vsudo, which allows you to set up a command specifically for one user that can only run that command and no other commands. And the reason I don't give it the ability to stop and start is because it minimizes the damage that can be done. You can imagine that if you get access to the user and then you're able to stop the service or start it, you can permanently take out the service, but with restart it only has a temporary area. Now, is it a bit ridiculous? Yeah, I think so, because ultimately if they can restart your servers, they can just do it over and over and over again. It doesn't really solve much, but it does minimize the total amount of damage on some level. Now the webhook is completely irrelevant. It's just here because it's funny. I really enjoy using webhooks. I don't know why. It's just funny that you can literally put a webhook anywhere on a VPS and it works. Now, I will show you the releases folder so that you may actually see it in action. Here we have the releases folder, which right now only contains the which right now contains only a couple versions because I haven't done too much, and also it removes every 5 folders. It removes the older ones because I don't have enough disk space to keep this up. And then if I go into current, you can see that it actually is a symlink to a particular version. I don't know which one exactly here. I'm gonna go ahead and go assume 1955. Probably. There's probably a command to check it out, but anyway, now to see it in action, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up my writer here, and I'm going to just make a very cosmetic change here. I'm going to say hello from Blazor again. Now, here's my production server, www.nlon.com, or just nlon.com generally, and you can see it running. And now when I go in here, and I hit save, and then I go back into my terminal, and I go into this one. See, I hit git add this and then git commit with a message, demo for YouTube, and then all I do is git push origin to the master, and you're going to hear a Discord sound really soon, which tells me it's updating the server. And there you go. So now after all that is done, it will restart the service, which may or may not be very fast. Oh, there you go. and the code has successfully been committed. Now, there's a whole new world of issues that you might run into, like how are you sure that you should push it to the master? How do you do rollbacks? But all of this is kind of irrelevant for what I want to do, which is basically push my changes to the server and just restart it. Where can you go from here? After you've set all of this stuff up, you can imagine that you do a Gittia setup, like you have your own more complicated Git management, for which you do the same principles, post receive hooks and all of that, or you sandbox the building. You can do a whole lot, but when it comes to productivity and you being alone, this is a very nice setup, and I'm just kind of proud that I learned all of these things in just a couple days. Now, can I repeat the process from scratch without any tooling, any Googles or anything? No, absolutely not. I'm so new to this, especially to the VPS part, to Linux, that I don't really think I can do it without help of the internet. Now, like I said, I also took into account all these security concerns because you want to minimize the damage. And I find that to be the most important part in this learning process, which is that it's not just about it working, it's about it working and being secure and using good practices. So that's all I have to say. In my next video, I will probably be talking about something more interesting, which is actually the application itself that I will be building for the website. And obviously I have other things going on, like the borderless window that needs to be fixed again. But I just wanted to show off that if you set out to do something and you just make a bunch of steps and you follow those steps, you always end up in the finish line. So thanks for watching, I guess.